government shutdown could have a major impact on travel just ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. If the Republican-led House fails to get a funding plan passed by Friday, air traffic controllers and TSA officers would be required to work without pay. And based on what happened during previous shutdowns, it could also lead to significant delays and longer wait times for travelers across the country. Joining us now, the administrator of the Transportation Security Administration, David Picassi. Thank you very much for coming on the show this morning.
Appreciate it.
So if there's a shutdown, I mean, there could be a shutdown. So it's fair to look at this. Is there any way you can prepare, and what should travelers expect?
Sure. Well, first, we hope that Congress comes to an agreement and gets a bill the president could sign. But in the event that doesn't happen, every government agency has plans in the event of a shutdown. We've been down this path, unfortunately, many times in the past. And so we exercise those plans in terms of notifying our employees and making contingencies. The biggest impact for TSA is going to be on our people, obviously, because people don't get paid during a government shutdown. For us, 95% of our employees are required to work. We're an essential organization.
Essential personnel.
And so they could go for a period of time with no income coming in. And you can imagine if you go back to 2019 when we had a 35-day government shutdown, we had some of our employees who couldn't put gas in the car, couldn't pay for childcare, couldn't pay for parking to get to work. And so it does have an impact, and the impact grows as time marches on.
And layers of bad effects, because ultimately you're going to have slowdowns, delays, and angry people, travelers, frustrated, treating, employees who aren't getting paid. I mean, that's a nightmare.
That's certainly a nightmare that coincides with the start of the holiday travel season, perhaps. One that's anticipated to be a record one for most Americans. They feel like the pandemic behind us and they really want to get out there. So are you guys ready?
We're ready. Fortunately, the Congress passed a law last year that put TSA for the first time in its 22-year history on the same pay scale as the rest of the federal government. So that began in July. Once that pay plan kicked in, our attrition rate went down by 50%. And when we advertise for positions, there are a lot more people applying for positions. So we are almost at full staffing. So we're in a very, very good spot with respect to that. But with respect to passenger volumes, this is going to be a record-breaking year. There's no question about it. If you look at just 2023, over the course of this calendar year, 7 of the 10 busiest days in TSA's entire history have been in 2023. Busiest day was the Friday before the 4th of July weekend. It's typically not the Friday. It's usually, somewhere else in that mix. But it happened in July, and it's going to happen again on the Sunday following Thanksgiving, which historically is always the busiest day for TSA. We feel that we're going to have about 3 million passengers going through our checkpoints. And so you put that in context, 3 million passengers means that there's about 6 million bags that get checked at the checkpoint, as you're going through with your carry-on bag. So it's a huge workload for our people.
Joe.
Yeah, David, thank you so much for your service. And we certainly thank the men and women who serve for you and for all of us. That's a really big windup, though, to warn you that I'm about to ask you the type of question we always ask Mayor Pete, now Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, when things were going so badly. There are some times I'll notice where I'll be traveling through, say, JFK on a Friday, one of the busiest times and one of the main terminals, and there'll only be one line open. I'm fine because I'm, TSA pre-approved and all that stuff. Still, but for other people, I look at those lines and I go, man, half of those people are going to miss their planes. So when we all see that sort of situation, why is that? Is that a lack of resources you guys have? Is that a lack of funding from Congress? Is that an airport situation? Is that an airline situation? Why would something like that, and it happens a good bit, where do we look to when we see tons of people waiting an hour and one line open?
Yeah, well, first off, the airlines and the airports and TSA all work really, really closely together. I mean, our mutual goal is to make sure that passengers get safely and securely where they need to go. And we found over time that it really requires a team effort to be successful. If you look at JFK over the course of this past summer, again, busiest summer ever in our history. And so from Memorial Day to Labor Day at JFK, about 10.2 million passengers went through that airport. About 1%, a little bit less than 1%, waited longer than 30 minutes. And so what happens sometimes in checkpoint operations is there are clearly rush hours in checkpoints, right? So at 5 o'clock in the morning to about 8 o'clock in the morning, it's really busy pretty much across the United States. Same thing from 3 o'clock in the afternoon to about 6 p.m. Very, very busy. And so when you get those busy periods, sometimes you reach the capacity of the checkpoint, or sometimes you might have flights that show up at a different gate than was originally planned, where you can't shuttle people back and forth quite quickly enough. The other thing that's really important to consider is there could be a security incident in that checkpoint or a medical issue that occurs. And one of the security incidents that we see in many airports across the country nowadays are passengers trying to carry firearms through the screening checkpoint and then ultimately on board the aircraft. If a passenger does that, it takes us about 15 or 20 minutes to handle that individual case. And you can imagine when you have a series of lanes or even a singular lane like you referenced, Joe, that can really slow things down for everybody else. Plus, for that passenger, there's pretty significant penalties.
Right. Now, that would be significant. I'm curious, though, does TSA, do you guys need more funding? I really was wondering, does Congress give you enough funding for your needs so we have enough people helping travelers?
We could always use more funding. We could use more funding for more people, to have a little bit more flexibility, to be able to provide for more regularity in terms of taking vacation time, things like this. We could absolutely use more funding for capital investment. I mean, we're putting new X-ray technology, new credential authentication technology for identity verification. Some of those projects are going to take us till 2042 or 2049 to get done. That's a very, very long time. And so we could always use more funding.
TSA Administrator David Pekeski, thank you very much for being on this morning. We appreciate it. And